Hello, thank you for watching this Wellbeing at Work presentation. This is a 10-minute introduction to me and my corporate wellbeing programs and why promoting wellbeing in the workplace is of strategic importance as we navigate ourselves through these current turbulent times. So in this brief session, I'll explain what I do and why I do it, the mental health challenge employers are facing today, why wellbeing at work is becoming a major priority and what your organisation can do about it. So first of all, a little bit about me. I'm Dawn Barnes. I run corporate wellbeing programs helping companies reduce the cost of their work-related stress and mental health issues by promoting wellbeing in their workplace. I am extremely passionate about this subject. I love helping people improve their overall well-being. And I bring my own personal take on it too, having previously worked in many corporates across different sectors, multinationals and SMEs, before running my own company as a coach and consultant. I know from a company perspective how disruptive, costly and negative it can be with staff mental health issues to contend with. And having suffered and recovered from work-related stress and burnout myself, I know personally how it feels on the other side, how debilitating it is and how it can seep into all areas of your life. This was all years ago now, and back then there just wasn't the level of awareness or support. And so I'm delighted that smart, forward-thinking companies like yours are considering and implementing wellbeing plans and initiatives for their staff. So what are the mental health challenges companies are facing today? Recent research from Deloitte in January this year stated that poor mental health was costing UK employers up to £45 billion each year. It's simply staggering, isn't it? This is a rise of 16% since 2016, equating to an extra £6 billion every year. But the real problem for many companies is knowing what their true cost of poor mental health is, because it goes far beyond the financial cost. Staff mental health problems aren't pleasant for anyone, and beyond the obvious productivity factors, they're disruptive and can cause unease and negativity with other team members by putting additional pressure on people when they're already overloaded. And it seems many people, since the COVID-19 restrictions and work changes, are feeling mentally drained and physically exhausted from the additional demands being placed on them, not just in work, but on the home front too. But what does this all mean for your individual company? Yes, there's an understanding poor mental health is on the rise and it's very costly. But is there a level of insight on what the return on investment can be expected from staff wellbeing programs? Well, on average, Deloitte's report stated for every £1 spent on supporting people's mental health, employers get £5 back on their investment. How? Through reduced absenteeism, presenteeism and staff turnover. Now, absenteeism and staff turnover are easier to quantify, but presenteeism is harder to cost out. This is where unwell staff spend unproductive hours at work rather than taking time off. You're at work, but not as you should be. And it's on the rise and a very real issue. It's closely linked to employee burnout, which can result in employers losing highly engaged talent. This brings us on to wellbeing at work. And for some companies, it's now about playing catch up from a nice thing to do for our staff to a this is an essential thing to do. And the difficulty is, and this has been compounded with the long-term remote working because of the pandemic, is truly knowing the extent of those staff who are struggling. You know, take this employee as an example. Is this person struggling with stress or their mental health? It's hard to tell, isn't it? Because people can put on a facade in business and cover up how they're really feeling. As a professional, we don't bring our emotional problems to work, as it were. We're here to do a job and get on with it, right? But unless someone tells you outright, it can be really hard to know when and how to step in. And many managers and team leaders feel they're just not equipped or at ease to do so. And note, no, I'm not saying managers take on the role of a counsellor or therapist. No, it's really important to refer people onto professional support when appropriate. What I am saying is that sometimes it's hard to spot in the first place. To get a view of the problem, let's look at a recent UK workplace stress survey conducted by Perkbox. They surveyed British adults in employment across different sectors, departments and locations, and reported a worrying 79% of people commonly experience work-related stress. This was before the pandemic, so we can only imagine what the figure is now, because the trend is increasing. In 2018, the findings were 59%, so have increased dramatically. Would you agree with this percentage for your company? Maybe it is around this figure, or perhaps it's less in your organisation, but it might be more. There may well be some people going under the radar right now in your company. Wouldn't it be beneficial to prevent some of these struggles in the workplace rather than coming from it in a more reactive manner and possibly avoiding someone going off on long-term sickness absence? Give your staff the tools to cope proactively now. Remember the benefits of a happy, positive workforce. They ultimately lead to happy profits and more, such as better communication, improved productivity, more satisfied customers, lower levels of staff mental health sickness, better attraction and retention of staff, increased motivation and work satisfaction. This all leads to a happy workforce. And of course, this leads to increased profits. And on a wider note, it also helps society and the economy. So what can companies do? Place employee well-being as a business essential for the long term. So it may well be time to implement a new well-being strategy, or improve or extend upon an existing one, or simply start running some well-being activities for your staff. And a very important note is to make sure your ongoing well-being plan is being implemented from the top down. It's the real key to success. Take note. Get your CEO or MD, as well as all the line managers and team leaders, to endorse it and breathe it. By doing so, it becomes part of your company's culture and personality and sets a fantastic and genuine example to empower your people to thrive. And as a result, you'll also see your company thrive too. It's a win-win. And how can I help? Well, what I've been doing is helping companies who've wanted some external help and support in either getting their overall wellbeing plan off the ground, or by providing mindfulness or wellbeing events on specific topics or for certain groups within the organisation. Here are some of the themes I've been hosting: managing stress, building resilience, positive mindset, mindfulness, meditation, improving sleep, general well-being at work, and having that work-life balance. Here's some feedback from attendees. I felt as if every tired, jaded, overwhelmed and busy person should take the time to listen and apply this practical course. I was really pleasantly surprised by the session. I joined it a bit apprehensive about what it would be like. However, I really enjoyed it, thought it was of value and very thought-provoking. Here's some of the wellbeing initiatives and campaigns I offer, which can all be customised to address an organisation's specific needs, from running specific internal workshops and self-led online courses, to teaming up with other experts for wellbeing days, including yoga, holistic treatments and health MOTs, through to keynote presentations and through to an overhaul of their entire wellbeing strategy and plan. So to summarise, I hope you've enjoyed my quick introduction and understand the mental health challenge is very real for today's employers, and as such why wellbeing at work is becoming a board level strategic priority. There is help available if your organisation is looking for external support. Thank you so much for watching. Get in touch if you'd like to have a chat about your company's wellbeing needs. I'd love to hear from you. My email is hello@dawn-barnes.com. You can also find me on LinkedIn. Just hold your camera phone up to the QR code on the screen. Thanks again and goodbye.